All right, so 3.3, covering conditional statements. Let's work through a couple of worksheet problems. So for number 2, my directions are to think of a counterexample to this conditional statement. So my statement is, if the car is full of gas, then the engine will start. So if I'm to think of a counterexample to this statement, I got to think of a time when my car may be full of gas and my engine maybe won't start, but it's not going to start because it's not full of gas. Maybe there's another reason why my car may not start. Okay, so my battery could be dead. I could have some wires that are just loose on my battery, and therefore I'm not able to go anywhere. So that's just enough. All I got to do is think of one example as to why my engine maybe wouldn't start, other than it not being full of gas. All right, for number 6, I need to write the converse of the following statement. Okay, so remember, so a converse, what it's going to do is it's going to switch the order. Okay, so in your original statement, you'll have if something, comma, then something normally. Then whenever you write the converse, what you're going to do is you're going to still write if first, and then you're going to take the second statement. So the stuff that was originally with the then, you're going to now put in front with the if. And the stuff that was originally with the if, you're going to put it at the end. You're going to put if stuff with then, and then stuff with if. So you're just switching the order. So number 6, if you do not sleep, you will be tired. Or if you do not sleep, then you will be tired. So the way that we're going to reverse this and we're going to write the converse is we are going to take the stuff that is based in the second half of the sentence that would normally be with the then, and we're going to put it in the front with the if, and we're going to take the stuff that was with the if, and we're going to put it back in the then. Okay? And just for clarity purposes, just for purposes of making it sound good and making the flow sound good, we may change some of the tenses of the verbs. So as you can see, we originally had if you do not sleep, then you will be tired. And then when we rewrote it, we just wrote if you are tired. Okay, so we didn't put will be tired, we put if you are tired. So we may sometimes have to change the tense of the verbs just in order for it to make more logical sense. So if you do not sleep, you will be tired. The converse of that statement will be if you are tired, then you did not sleep. Okay, next up, number 7. So once again, we are asked to write the converse of the above statement. And then after that, we're asked to take it one step further and determine if that converse is either a true or a false statement. Okay, so let's look at number 7. Number 7, we are told if x minus 4 equals 22, then x equals 26. Okay, so first we've got to write the converse. So we're going to take the stuff with the then and we're going to put it in front. We're going to take the stuff after if and put it at the end. So we're going to switch the order and we're going to make it if x equals 26, then x minus 4 equals 22. Okay, so now we have to determine if that is a true or a false statement. Now, at first glance, it's going to appear to be a true statement, okay? Because we know that if x equals 26, then x minus 4 equals 22. We plug in that x, 26 minus 4 is indeed 22. But here's where it gets a little bit tricky. Here's where we have to determine if things are true or false. Okay, so we have to say if something happens, then something else is the case, is the scenario 100% of the time. So basically, what I'm saying here is if in this case, if x equals 26, then the only equation that I can have where x equals 26 is x minus 4 equals 22. So the way to write a counterexample of this is basically, can you think of another equation that you could set up where x equals 26 and it still results in a true statement? And as it turns out, there are loads of these examples. Okay, so the one that I wrote down was x plus 1 equals 27, also when x equals 26. Okay, so this one is a little bit weird because we know that if x equals 26, then that first statement, x minus 4 equals 22, that is going to be true. But it's not the only case that I can have of x equal 26 and it results in a true statement. I can have loads of them. I could have x plus 2 equals 28. I could have x minus 1 equals 25. There's loads and loads of different statements that I could have for x equals 26 in order for it to create a congruent statement. So because of that, this is the converse. If x equals 26 and x minus 4 equals 22, that is going to be a false statement, merely because I can think of a myriad of other statements where x could equal 26. Take number 11. So, similar instructions, we are asked to write the converse of the original statement and then go through and determine if that statement that we just wrote, the converse, is a true or a false statement. So, number 11, if you are a twin, then you have a sibling. So, the converse of that, we're going to take the stuff behind the then and put it behind if, the stuff behind if and put it behind then. So, my converse is going to be if you have a sibling, then you are a twin. Okay, so now we have to determine if that statement is true or false. If you have a sibling, then you are a twin. Well, you have to think, is there a scenario where you can have a sibling, but you're not necessarily going to be a twin? And as it turns out, that's probably the majority of cases of siblings. Okay, because with siblings, yes, you can be a twin, you could also be a triplet, or you could just be a younger or an older sibling. So, because of that, my converse, if you have a sibling, then you are a twin, is false because I can think of a ton of different examples. You could be younger, you could be older, you could be a triplet or a quadruplet or whatever. So, because not necessarily every single time that you have a sibling, then you are a twin, that is going to be a false statement.